Hello.
Hey everybody, we're back again to talk a little college,
Football.
NCAA football. What's left of it, anyways.
Yeah.
Had a big COVID week this week, but first of all, we are gonna give our picks for week 11. But first of all, we got to recap a little bit about what happened in week 10. So we'll just jump right back on in that. Last Friday night we had Miami taking on NC State. And man, that went right down to the wire, didn't it?
Shootout. De'Aaron King, the starting quarterback for Miami, put up 5 touchdowns through the air.
44-41.
Miami, well, good teams find ways to win football games.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the prettiest display.
That wasn't the prettiest display because NC State their record's not great, but they put up a fight against Miami. That was pure. But like you said, good 10. Miami seems to be at least a good enough team that where they're finding a way to win. So we had BYU at Boise State. Butt kicking.
The
51 to
Smurfs
17.
got robbed. The Smurfs got robbed by Gargamel.
Yes, Gargamel went in there and took everything from them.
BYU's Zach Wilson, their quarterback, is on the Heisman watch so far.
Yeah, and
he's probably 5th on that list, but he's on there.
yeah, BYU's ranked inside the top 10. That hasn't happened in a long time.
A very long time.
Very long time. We had Michigan at Indiana.
Bigger game, Jim.
Man, 38-21. Indiana's for real this year, it looks
Put
like.
a Hoosier on the Michigan Wolverines.
I mean, did they think it was basketball season or something? Because they're actually good. Indiana's a pretty good team there, man.
Indiana looks pretty good and pretty sharp.
We had number 18, SMU Temple. SMU took care of that one pretty easy, too, 47-23.
Pretty easy there.
Yeah, them Mustangs. Arizona State, USC. Squeaker!
USC recovered an onside kick and then scored a touchdown to beat Arizona State.
28-27.
That's got to sting. I know it's the first game, but that's got to sting a little.
Yeah. Again, USC found a way to win it, and Arizona State found a way to lose it. So.
Oh, Herm.
I like old Herm. We had West Virginia at Texas.
Close competitive game until the final moments.
Yeah, 17-13. That was really right down to the wire on that
Sam
one,
Ehlinger and the Longhorns found a way to hook them at the end, if you know.
Hook 'em. Liberty, Virginia Tech. That was my surprise of the week. I didn't think Liberty
of course they
had
got
enough
a former
gusto.
head coach,
Hugh
Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze.
Yep.
Mr. Freeze from the Batman series.
No,
Mr. Freeze. Hugh Freeze. Okay.
Former head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels a few years ago.
And I got this distinct feeling that he might be back in an SEC team within the next year or two.
Might be the Vols.
Who knows? There's everybody's. He took Liberty and beat West Virginia, and
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
And with Ole Miss, he beat Alabama twice.
Yeah, so
you can't complain about that if you're looking at resume.
No, and that was at Virginia Tech. He took a small Liberty school
and beat
into Virginia Tech and beat a team that was favored by double digits. So you got to give the man props for that. We had UMass Marshall. Marshall whipped up on that one pretty easy, 51-10.
Do you know what a stampede does to a rodeo player that isn't prepared?
That's what happened to UMass. 51-10. The game of the week was number 8, Florida, at number 5, Georgia. Georgia's just not up to snuff this year, are they?
Absolutely not. Their quarterback situation is an absolute mess.
Yeah, and Florida's quarterback situation is not.
And it's anything but a mess.
It's anything but a mess.
And Kyle Trask performed in his best game against the biggest opponent.
44-28, Florida jumped all over the Bulldogs, and now
after the first quarter, it was all Gators pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So they're going to chop their way probably to an SEC title.
I'm actually looking forward to that Alabama-Florida matchup. That actually should
You're
be.
looking way ahead into the future, though.
You know that's what's going to happen. I mean, those are the best two teams that's in the SEC right now. We had Houston at Cincy. Cincy won that one pretty easy too, 38-10.
Exactly what a good team should do.
Yeah. Oklahoma, Kansas. My goodness.
Oh my gosh. Tell them the score.
They won by 53.
Against Kansas.
62-9.
Kansas looks just as bad as they've looked in the past, haven't they?
Oh, that was they looked really bad in that one. I don't know if they're that bad of a team, but man, Oklahoma was playing basketball and Kansas was playing tennis. It's 62-9.
Oh my goodness.
That's horrible. Oh, we had Okie State, K-State. Okie State squeaked it out 20-18 there.
Well, good teams find a way to win games, and the old mullet found a way to...
Okie State's got a pretty good team this year. Not elite, but they got a pretty good team.
Which is exactly what you'd probably want from Oklahoma State.
Speaking of elite, Texas A&M may be reaching that status.
They put the whooping on South Carolina.
48-3. My goodness, I would have not picked that big of a spread.
Is this finally the breakout game for Jimbo Fisher's Aggies?
No. I still think Alabama's way far superior, but A&M's looking pretty good. A&M's a hot team right now. They're a very hot team.
They did have a win over Florida, which Georgia could not do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing.
Well, Georgia doesn't do a lot. So
Georgia chokes a lot of big games.
They choke a lot of big games, so I can't. Baylor, Iowa State. Iowa State pulled that one out 38-31 there at the end.
They're missing Matt Rule, aren't they?
Yes, they are, yeah.
How's he doing in Carolina?
Not too bad.
Despite the record.
Despite the record. They've got a good future, man. They do. We had the Florida-Georgia game was a good game, but this one, Clemson-Notre Dame, that was a fun game to watch.
Oh, yeah. It was in the Irish territory. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty much a score fest throughout the whole game. There wasn't much defense played.
No, there wasn't a lot of defense played.
But whenever Notre Dame needed it the most, their defense came up with 2 big sacks in double overtime.
Yeah, and Notre Dame pulls up the upset of number 1.
The biggest win in Brian Kelly's tenure at Notre Dame.
Exactly. There was a lot of people chirping in the background about Brian Kelly can't win the game. Brian Kelly can't win. Brian Kelly can't win the big games. So Beav won that one. You saying nothing about that one.
And to all these people that are saying, Trevor Lawrence didn't play.
Now, Clemson was using a backup quarterback. That's the only asterisk that you could put on it. Backup quarterback.
But they have a pretty darn good backup.
Yeah, when your backup quarterback was number 1 in the country and is that talented, yeah, he's not Swiss cheese. He's a pretty good quarterback. So he's probably not Trevor Lawrence. We don't know yet. He may be, but who knows? But he's not right now.
Dabo Swinney.
But this is Dabo Swinney, yeah. We had Rutgers, Ohio State. Ohio State looks pretty darn good, too, 49-27.
Their offense looks as sharp as any in the country, though.
Definitely.
That's one thing I'll give them credit for. Their defense definitely isn't as strong.
No, their defense isn't as strong, but if you can put up 49 points, you're going to win a lot of games, putting up 49 points. We had Stanford, Oregon. I think Oregon will probably win the Pac-12.
Probably not get to the playoff because there's a lot of competitive teams this year.
Yeah, 35-14.
They would have to rely on a lot of teams ahead of them to lose.
It's going to be hard now not to have 2 from the ACC in the playoff.
Or the SEC, possibly.
It's going to be hard to not have Clemson and Notre Dame now that Notre Dame won that game.
Because that win was important.
That win might have got Notre Dame into the playoffs. I mean, it's going to be hard not to have those 2 in there now. Now, the Big 12... No.
The Pac-12 is probably not going to get in there.
Pac-12 is probably not going to get in there. It's probably going to be Ohio State, the winner of the
SEC team,
the winner of the SEC team, and maybe 2 ACCs now. That
sounds
weird.
Possibility of 2 SEC teams, 1 ACC team, and a Big Ten team.
It just depends on how Florida does.
That Florida-Alabama game will decide if the SEC getting 2 or 1.
If Alabama goes in there and beats them 63-10,
then there's no discussion.
They're probably.
But if Florida sneaks up and beats them,
or if Boston College jumps up and beats Notre Dame this week,
then there's a bigger possibility.
Who knows? So,
it's
but we'll go ahead. It's a scramble right now. We had South Carolina Central,
Central
Coastal
Carolina.
Carolina. I'm saying them Chanticleers, man. I can't disrespect my Chanticleers.
They played very well.
They did 23-6. They got a pretty good defense out there too.
They have a decent offense and a decent defense. They're gonna probably run away with the Sun Belt.
And again, we had Purdue, Wisconsin canceled, as Wisconsin has only played one game so far this year and had 2 in a row canceled. But they will play this week.
So
let's go ahead and jump into this week.
No more. Let's hope we don't have any more of these COVID cancellations.
They might be the only team playing this week, but they're playing. We are if y'all didn't know, there's only one SEC game this week because the rest have been canceled by COVID.
Because it got hit by a hammer.
We got Florida at Rutgers. We had the Ohio State game canceled. We've had quite a few games canceled, but we'll jump through what is playing. East Carolina, Cincinnati. Cincinnati will win that one pretty easily.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, Cincinnati's
they have a top tier defense in the NCAA.
Yeah. Saturday. Thank you, baby Jesus. Texas A&M and Tennessee's not playing, so Tennessee will not lose. It's a delayed slaughter. Yeah, they're going to die. I mean, December the 12th is what they rescheduled it for, but we don't have to watch it right now. We got Miami at Virginia Tech.
Do you think the Canes are going to win?
Get this logic and see if you can understand it. Miami's ranked number 9 in the country.
Okay.
They're playing at Virginia Tech.
All right.
Virginia Tech is favored by 2. Liberty beat Virginia Tech straight up.
So you're saying Liberty
is better than Miami?
That makes absolutely zero sense whatsoever.
Why would you have Virginia Tech favored over Miami when Virginia Tech just lost to Liberty?
What's with these bettors and making these bad?
They probably know what's going on, I guess, but I believe I would take me some Miami +2.
No criticism towards these bettors, but it's just
the odds makers, yeah.
The odds makers, it's just not really the smartest bet.
I don't know, odds. I don't know. Unless Liberty is a top 10 team. Now, maybe they're a top 10 team. But Liberty? I don't know. But I'm going to take Miami on that. I'm going to take Miami +2. We got Indiana, Michigan State. Indiana should win that one. They're on fire right now.
They look like the Hoosiers may be on fire right now. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, and until somebody beats them,
then we're going to pick Indy.
You got to pick for them, yeah. Not unless they're playing Ohio State, which will happen sooner or later. We got Middle Tennessee, Marshall. Marshall will beat the crap out of them. Middle Tennessee is.
I've got a feeling to rodeo up a stampede.
Yes, I think this is a probably 25 to 30 point game. To be honest, I think Middle Tennessee's only got 2 wins the whole season, and Marshall is 6-0. So the Thundering Herd will trample right over top of Middle Tennessee. We got Western Carolina, Liberty.
To liberty and justice for all.
Western Carolina has not played a game yet this year. This will be their first game.
And Liberty
is ranked number 22.
Looks like a decent team this year.
So slaughter it is then.
For Liberty.
For Liberty, yeah. This one's a big spread. It's 32.5 points. I don't know what to say in that one because I haven't seen Western Carolina play. But Liberty should win the game. I'll say you.
That's a big line though.
I'll say you stay away from that line because you don't know what Western Carolina's going to do. Now we come into some postponed games, like we said, Georgia, Missouri, postponed
to another date.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina, Troy.
Not even the Chanticleers are safe.
Nope, not even the fancy chickens are safe. We got a new top 25. South Alabama is playing number 25 in Louisiana.
The Raging Cajuns. We talked about them earlier this year.
Yeah, I think University of Louisiana will probably win that one.
Best team in Louisiana right now.
They are that hurt. Oh, did you say that?
Yes.
Oh, the Raging Cajuns are the best team in Louisiana right now? You're probably right. That's sad. We got
sorry.
Notre Dame at Boston College. Notre Dame is favored by 12.
The last time Notre Dame beat a number 1 team was in 1993.
Who did they play after that?
Boston College. They lost.
Oh, they lost?
And then this year, after beating number 1 Clemson.
Who are they playing?
Boston College.
What do you think's going to happen? I don't know, really. They should win. They're favored by 12.
If they lose this game, it's just fate.
If they lose this game, it's going to be funny. I don't know. It's just, I like chaos. Man, that would just bring on some more chaos.
But in reality's sake, the Irish should tap dance over them.
They should. Boston College is not a bad team. They're a 5-3 record. But the way Notre Dame handled Clemson, Notre Dame is the superior team there, and they should win it. We got USC, Arizona. Arizona has yet to play. USC is favored by 14.5. So again, I don't know what to say about that game.
Do you want to pick the Trojans and run with it?
I'll pick the Trojans, but who knows? I mean, who knows going to show up and play? We got Ohio State, Maryland. Canceled.
That's strike one for Ohio State.
Yeah.
If they lose 3 games, they're not eligible.
They're not eligible for the playoffs now.
So strike one here.
Uh-huh.
So
we got Auburn, Mississippi State. Yeah, because Ohio Maryland game was canceled, not postponed.
Because the Big Ten didn't decide to do any bye weeks.
So unless they add an extra bye week on at the end of the year, which the SEC has done now, the SEC has made 12-19 available. So I don't know if the Big Ten will follow suit or not, but right now that game has been canceled.
They might. Let's just see what happens in the future.
Auburn, Mississippi State has been postponed. We do have some Northwestern, Purdue. Northwestern should win that. Northwestern's not fantastic this year.
Dubbed as Purple Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they are
Northwestern Wildcats.
They are the Purple Vanderbilt. Hey, they're 3-0 playing the 2-0 Purdue Boilermakers.
This Big Ten season's odd.
No, this is odd.
The Michigan and Penn State are not ranked in Northwestern.
Northwestern has 3 times as many wins as Michigan.
They have 3 times. They have 3 more wins than Penn State.
Oh, that's true.
A big game, James, and bigger game, Jim, living up.
So Indiana and Northwestern are leading the Big Ten, while Penn State and Michigan are on the bottom.
That's the memes. Continue.
Welcome to 2020, man. Welcome to 2020. Alabama, LSU postponed. I think that game will probably be the 19th,
or the 12th.
Yeah, I think the 12th was already taken up from LSU, Florida, from where that game was canceled earlier. So I think it's going to fall to the 19th. Arkansas, Florida. Florida should win this. The line.
Franks, the quarterback of the Arkansas Razorbacks, was once the quarterback of the Gators.
Yeah, the line's 17.5. I think that's a dangerous line.
Yeah, because the
Arkansas
Razorbacks
is not
a
that
trap
bad.
game.
Arkansas is a trap game. They're not a bad team.
They're a building team.
They're a building team who are not afraid of anybody.
But here's the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Their head coach got COVID-19, so he's not coaching.
Mr. Pittman may not be there. So, this is a game. This is a weird year to look at the odds and stuff, but I would probably stay away from that game too. I would lean towards Arkansas plus 17.5, but without Pittman in there, it's going to be weird.
I'll probably pick Florida to win that game.
Oh, they probably will win it.
But I will pick Arkansas to not lose by that much.
To pull the line, yeah.
They're a much better team than they've been in the past few years.
Mm-hmm. We got Oregon, Washington State. Oregon should win that one pretty easily.
The Ducks should handle them pretty easy.
It'll be by 10-plus points. We got SMU, Tulsa. The odds are even on that one. I say SMU pulls it out.
Yeah.
You got a straight-up bet on that one? I would take that straight-up bet.
I'd take that at SMU?
Mm-hmm, SMU. Wisconsin, Michigan. Wisconsin's playing game number 2.
Okay,
Michigan's trying to win game number 2.
Wisconsin's ground and pound style of football has been a favorite of many for years, and
some people are saying if Harbaugh loses this game, he's on the chopping block. What do you think?
I don't know. Considering this season,
this is early this season. There may not be many head coaches lose their jobs this year because of the COVID and all the craziness going on. Wisconsin's favored by 4.5. I think Wisconsin will win by
bigger
more than 4.5.
game. Jim is going to live on to the meme even more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 1-3 start for Michigan.
And the fans are going to call for his
and there's going to be
angry fan letters, angry phone calls to the radio stations. You know all that stuff.
Yep. But that's it. That is college football for week 10 and week 11. We hope you have some fun with us. Yeah, click a like, hit
the subscribe button, and tell us a thought down below what you think is going to happen this week in college.
Yeah,
football.
this is a weird week. This is the weirdest one we had with all the cancellations and everything going on, and all the new teams starting up. So leave us something down below. Hit the subscribe button, the Groovy Baby button over there somewhere. Other than that, we'll see you next week for some more football.
See you next week.